Getting rid of a body out here is extremely easy.
Are you ever going to know what happened?
It was an absolute puzzle.
Janelle's always going to be a story that you have to tell.
How can you forgive evil?
You're exploiting Mexican culture for profit.
Who cares if it makes you money? You think Papa John is Italian?
What is he?
Rich! That's business 101.
New Lopez versus Lopez. Madison liberals are trying to take over the Wisconsin Supreme Court. That's why we need to elect conservative Justice Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly has a proven record of protecting our freedoms and cast the deciding vote to end the COVID lockdowns of our schools and businesses. Sheriffs across Wisconsin have endorsed Dan Kelly because he has a record of enforcing the law. On February 21st, vote conservative Justice Dan Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Fair Courts America paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You can stretch your family food budget. Call the Family Food Helpline.
Straight ahead, local students are preparing for careers in the trades. We'll show you the hands-on experience they're getting at school.
Plus, chemical burns on a teenager. We'll learn about why a Wisconsin company is paying fines for child labor.
And the rising cost of keeping firefighters safe. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan, Jessica Jukic, and Conrad Sapinski.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 6. I'm Jessica Jukic.
And I'm Dan Hagan. Earlier this month, Governor Tony Evers proclaimed February as Career and Technical Education, or CTE, month in Wisconsin.
Anago High School has 3 student-led businesses that are preparing kids for careers beyond high school. News Watch 12's Nick Van Zaya was in Anago and has more. Nick?
Thanks, Jessica and Dan. The governor's proclamation says CTE programs serve as the foundation for the state's strong and highly educated workforce. Anago students practice not only skills, but gain real-life experience running a business. The Anago High School CTE program has 3 student-run businesses: Red Robin Machining, Robin Automotive, and Red Robin Graphics.
3 programs are all student-led businesses. So basically our students have the opportunity to see a product start to finish.
Senior Wes McCauley has been in the Robbins Automotive for the last 2 years, and he says the student business is a win-win for all involved.
It saves them money, gives us experience, and it's just fun to help people.
Wes and other students are learning more than just how to service a vehicle or design a poster.
They're working on career and technical skills as well as personal skills. So they work on job interview skills, resume writing.
The CTE program also helps students find apprenticeships and work beyond high school. Mitchell Hotchkiss is a junior in Red Robin Machining and is hoping to use his welding and CNC machining skills in his future career.
I job shadowed for a whole day doing electrical work, and it's really good. I love it.
Mitchell still has a year to consider his next steps, but he's learning skills that translate into the real world. Alex Kosarik, a senior with Red Robin Graphics, already has college credits because of the graphics program.
I plan on being a graphic designer in the future, so this classroom and the classwork we do does set me up for what is for the future.
The governor's proclamation says it best. CTE programs offer Wisconsin students a reliable school-to-career connection.
Great program. Thank you, Nick. Conrad, it was another day of chilly temperatures out there.
Yes, but we had lots of sunshine outside. It was looking pretty nice out there.
I'm excited for this weekend, Conrad. It should be really nice.
I know you are, yeah. Temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, and then we cool down once again. Today, though, we did have some slightly below average temperatures. Right now, we're hovering at around 20 degrees here in town, 21 in Eagle River, still some mid-20s, even all the way up into Land O'Lakes at the moment. Wausau coming in, temperatures around 25 degrees. Add a little bit of wind, the combination of both, and definitely feels much colder than that. It feels like we're at around 7 degrees here in town. So bundle up out there, folks. 9 in Eagle River, 14 in Land O'Lakes, and Wausau, not too bad, coming in with feels like temperatures around 17 degrees. Our wind is blowing out of the southwest right now at around 14 miles an hour in town. So that means wind gusts closer to 25. Things will start to die down, though, by the overnight hours. But yes, it was a beautiful day outside, lots of sunshine, so it was really nice. Now, though, we do have some increase in clouds, so if you do want to see some northern lights, Now is your time before some more clouds start to roll in. Tonight, though, temperatures will be well above average and hovering in the upper teens. Dan and Jessica?
6 people are dead and a suspect is in custody after a shooting spree in northern Mississippi today.
Officials say the shootings happened just after 11 a.m. Tate County Sheriff deputies say the shooting started outside a store where the suspect shot and killed a man. The suspect then shot and killed a woman inside a nearby home and injured a man inside. The suspect then went outside and killed 2 more people. Officials say the shooting spree ended after the suspect entered a home, killing another man and woman. One man who lost his wife in the shooting says the suspect busted into their house and he wrestled the gunman.
I don't know. Why did he target a fella up there at the store? Why did he target them 4 people over there at that other house? He must have chased one of them down because they found him in the road.
Deputies took the suspect into custody without incident. The suspect has not been identified yet and is in jail awaiting charges.
Soaring energy costs could force 141 million people into extreme poverty. That's according to a new report published in the journal Nature Energy. Researchers from the UK, Netherlands, China, and the US looked at the impacts of increased energy prices in 116 countries. They found on average household spending increased nearly 5% since Russia's war in Ukraine started. According to the report, poor households in low-income countries were at greater risk of poverty. Houses in higher-income countries also faced rising energy prices, but they were more likely to be able to pay for it. To reduce these impacts, many countries have provided subsidies, discounts, and price caps. But reports suggest countries can do more to reduce prices.
A Wisconsin-based food sanitation company paid $1.5 million in financial penalties for illegally employing more than 100 teens and exposing them to dangerous conditions. At least 102 minors between the ages of 13 and 17 worked for Packers Sanitation Services Incorporated, or PSSI, according to the U.S. Department of Labor Wage and Hour Division. PSSI is based out of southwest Wisconsin near Dubuque, Iowa. Department of Labor officials said the teens worked overnight shifts using hazardous chemicals to clean saws and other high-risk equipment at 13 meat processing facilities in 8 states. At least 3 teens were injured while working, including a 13-year-old who suffered chemical burns. As part of a court order, PSSI paid a $1.5 million fine, which amounts to around $15,000 for each employee under the age of 18.
Firefighters put their lives on the line every day to put out fires and save lives. One of the reasons they're able to do this is because of their highly specialized equipment. Personal protective equipment for firefighters includes pants, gloves, helmets, and boots, which are all important to help ensure better safety in hot temperatures. Mike Sippen with the Arbor Vitae Fire Department says the cost of equipment for one firefighter can be up to $4,000.
And the gear you see behind me here is manufactured to a specific standard from the National Fire Protection Association from a number of different manufacturers across the country. It's all designed to a minimum standard to try to give firefighters a decent level of protection as they go into burning structures.
All fire departments have budgets, but they can vary by community. Volunteer fire departments often hold fundraisers to purchase their much-needed equipment.
And if we can keep these people well-funded, well-protected with some of the best equipment possible, they're going to be able to do a better job in the event that you're needed.
The Arbor Vitae Fire Department replaces their equipment every 10 years. Coming up, people in Ohio are still dealing with fallout from a train derailment. We'll have a look at new video showing how the train crashed.
And we'll show you the possible mechanical failure. That's after weather with Jeff and Conrad, right here on Newswatch 12.
Wasserharns Furniture specializes in Wisconsin-made furniture. Wolfcraft made in Marshfield. Restonic two-sided mattresses made in Two Rivers. Bestcraft made in Kaukauna. So when you spend your money at Wasserharns Furniture, it stays right here in Wisconsin.
You're exploiting Mexican culture for profit.
Who cares if it makes you money? You think Papa John is Italian?
What is he?
Rich! That's business 101.
New Lopez versus Lopez, tonight on NBC.
That's a fun show. I got to watch it.
New Young Rock tonight on NBC.
For adventure, for climbing, for splashing, for towing, for premium, for capable. The GMC AT4 lineup, premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC. Or get 2.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on turbo high-output engine Sierra light-duty models.
Race to savings on all of your projects now at Menards. Legends vinyl plank from Great Lakes Floors is easy to install, waterproof, durable, and made for comfort. Legends vinyl plank is on sale for just $2.99 a square foot. Menards has everything to keep your pet happy and healthy. Purina Tidy Cats cat litter neutralizes unpleasant smells with triple odor protection, keeping the house smelling clean. Get it today for $11.99. Race into Menards today.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Tammy Harn, owner of Wassa Harns Furniture. When you buy a one-sided mattress, aren't you really buying half of a mattress? If you want a flippable two-sided mattress made by Restonic, shop local at Wassa Harns Furniture, located 1/2 mile from Fleet Farm in Wausau.
All right, welcome back, folks. We made it. It's Friday. The weekend's around the corner. It's going to be a pretty nice-looking weekend. Right now, though, increasing cloud cover. So if you do want to go out and see the northern lights, now is your time before more clouds start to roll on in. As one low-pressure system moves out, another one will be on the way. Right now, though, the East Coast does still have some lingering rain and snow showers. Things will start to clear up by tomorrow, so most of the country not looking too bad. But now let's get into what we're going to get. So Sunday into Sunday night, a couple of flurries, maybe a trace of snow, not much accumulations or anything to really worry about. Then Monday into Monday night, into those morning hours on Tuesday also, we're looking at maybe at 1 to 3 inches of snow, quick moving system. Then it gets a little bit interesting. Wednesday into Thursday, another system moves in. This one's going to have a little bit more moisture from the south, and it's going to bring a couple of inches of snow, maybe possibly a lot more than that. We'll definitely keep an eye on exactly what's on the way before it finally moves out by Friday. So things will definitely get a little bit interesting towards the end of the week. So this is a picture I actually took in Fairbanks, Alaska last year. The Northern Lights, wow, it was a beautiful scene. They were dancing around. It was spectacular. But the million-dollar question is, are we going to see this tonight here in the Northwoods? And more on that, we have Jeff.
That's right, Conrad. Fingers and toes crossed. We could see pictures like this outside tonight. They were out last night across parts of Minnesota, also across Canada and Alaska. But we got to keep the clouds away. There's a pretty good chance tonight that we could see that. Here's the KP index, or the scale. It's a 6 out of 9 tonight for seeing the northern lights. So look north, away from city lights. You know, it's just kind of roll the dice too, as you know. But overall, there's a pretty good chance they could be out there tonight. And if you do get some pictures of those, please send them our way. Also, the results are in from temperatures in January, and January came back as the 6th warmest January on record globally. So that's land and ocean temperatures. So on this map, red's above average, blue is below. Look at North America, well above average temperatures in January. Also the same thing for February so far. And remember the winter outlook that comes out. This is your tax dollars at work. It said, hey, below average temperatures for the winter, above average precip. Well, so far, it's been the opposite of that. But there are some signs now that the pattern is changing. That could bring us some colder temperatures in here next week and also some snow. More on that from Conrad.
Yes, thank you, Jeff. I actually digged into that, and last year we had temperatures 10 to even 15 degrees colder in January than what we had this year. So, wow, definitely much, much more milder than just last year. Temperatures across America, not too bad right now. East Coast, of course, they've been very warm this winter, and same story now. But a cold front is passing by, and everyone's going to cool down. This weekend for us, though, not looking too bad. Temperatures earlier today, slightly below our average. We should be at around 27 degrees this time of year. We had temperatures around 23 degrees here in town. Pretty much same story up north, some mid-20s, even some upper 20s just down south from us. Our temperature trend does get interesting over the weekend. We're going to see some 30s once again. Then we start to cool down starting Monday, and then we climb that ladder down, even some teens by middle to even end of next week. So it's definitely going to get much, much colder by the end of next week and into the weekend. Our temperature trend, though, overall, though, we should be at around 31 degrees as a high temperature by the end of the month, and this is only 10 days away. So instead of temperatures going up, we're actually going to start to cool down as more colder air returns. Tonight, though, temperatures will be well above average, hovering at around 18 degrees. We will have some increasing clouds, though, so if you do want to see those beautiful northern lights, now is your time before more increasing clouds start to roll on in. Tomorrow, though, what a nice day. Good amount of sunshine, still some mostly cloudy skies overall. Temperatures, though, around 36 degrees with a pretty light breeze out of the southwest. Our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress does show some more snow back in the forecast Monday into Tuesday, and then once again Wednesday into Thursday with a little bit cooler temperatures back into the teens. Dan?
Security camera video shows the train that derailed in Ohio had a problem with one of its wheels. Keep your eyes at the top of this video from a business in Salem, Ohio. You can see sparks and flames coming from one of the wheels as it passed by, probably due to a mechanical failure. The train derailed about 20 miles down the tracks in East Palestine, catching fire and creating a major environmental concern. Nearby residents were forced from their homes due to the hazardous materials on board the train.
A new study found that some breast cancer patients may be able to skip radiation therapy after surgery. Researchers say that for women 65 years and older, bypassing radiation after surgery for small hormone-positive breast cancer tumors does not appear to affect their overall survival rate as long as they receive 5 years of hormone therapy instead. However, skipping radiation may be associated with a higher risk of cancer returning to the same breast. Radiation can cause hair loss, breast pain, and fatigue. The data found that overall survival rate was nearly identical for those with radiation therapy and those without it, at just over 80% for both groups. Tomahawk is building a museum dedicated to their boating history.
After the break, we'll introduce you to two lifelong friends working together on this project.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common-sense judge. She believes in protecting our freedoms, fairness for all, and public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
As a nurse, your capacity to give is superhuman until it's not. These days, nearly every nurse is exhausted. You deserve an employer who shares your passion for keeping people healthy, including you. Join Peter Christensen Health Center today. Work fewer hours, enjoy regular schedules, rebalance your life with your passion. Your loved ones will thank you. Your new healthcare team will appreciate you. And your new patients will be grateful for you. Quit the chaos. Be your best self. Join us today.
You've got this. Your big moment on their big day. The dress? Another one you'll never wear. Gift? Practical. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free overdraft protection transfers. So when you get invited to your third destination wedding in as many months, we'll be there with you.
When we first met Todd, we thought Jen was kidding.
You've got this with Associated Bank.
It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. Get started on your next Ford SUV, like Bronco, Explorer, or the new Escape. Get here to get a deal on the SUV's #1 in brand loyalty. It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. During Auto Show, choose Flex Buy on Escape, Edge, or Explorer with 3.9% APR financing for 66 months plus 1,000 Auto Show cash.
Kathleen Madigan, Boxed Wine and Tiny Banjos Tour.
Well, my parents are in Florida in the winter right now, as most Midwest old people with a car. And my parents bought a new car. They bought a black Lincoln Town Car. Little did they know that that's one of the more expensive rides on the Uber app, so I have signed them up to be Uber drivers.
Kathleen Madigan, Saturday, March 25th at Grand Theater, Wausau. Buy tickets now at the Grand's ticket office or at grandtheater.org. Kathleen Madigan.
As a prosecutor for 25 years and now as a judge, I know what it takes to keep Wisconsin communities safe. I'm Judge Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, we need more common sense and less extremism. It's time for a change.
For many communities across the Northwoods, water ski clubs run deep in their history. And for the Coahomets of Tomahawk, their history is tied closely to the Tomahawk Boat Company. The club holds ski shows throughout the summer, and one of those shows showcases some of the antique boats that once pulled the skiers. Lifelong friends Bill Spar and Gene Winter want to make a more permanent tribute to the club and the company with a museum.
There's a lot of history here in Tomahawk, which, again, we want to share with the people as much as we can, and so nice for the students and adults that kind of forget.
Gene Winter's uncle was the original founder and owner of the Tomahawk Boat Company before they sold it to Harley-Davidson. Winter still has 40 of the antiques.
Everything I've got is an original boat, and there's a story behind every one.
Here are some of the drawings for the facility, which measures 50 feet wide by 60 feet long. They hope to raise $60,000 for the project and hope to break ground on a site near the ski bay this spring.
We'll have one final check of the forecast after the break, but first, here's today's Big Old Fish.
Newswatch 12's Big Old Fish is brought to you by Kurt's Island Sports Shop in Minocqua.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Artie. Artie who? Artificial intelligence. All right, well, so we're going to move along with this week's Big Old Fish and start off with Lauren, who was fishing in the Phelps area when she landed this dandy 16-inch largemouth. Well, I don't have a whole lot else to say, Lauren. That is one big old fish. Way to go. Keep on reeling them in. Next up on this week's Big Old Fish, we have Ray Bricko, who caught this 30-inch, 11-pound walleye on a local Manitowish Waters area lake. 30 inches, 11-pound walleye? Yeah, Ray, you know what I'm going to say. That is one big old fish. Way to go. Keep on reeling them in. And finally on this week's Big Old Fish, we have Reed Myers, who was on a morning ice fishing trip with his dad, Trevor. Now, Reed was sitting inside the ice shack watching his line while his dad stepped outside. At this point, young Reed matured quickly, as he had a definite bite, and he quickly reeled in a stout 17.5-inch walleye on his own. Incidentally, he mentioned that he was using a rattle wheel when he caught this fish. Now, I don't care where you're from, 17.5 inches and a walleye, yeah, that's a big old fish, Reed. Way to go. Keep on reeling them in. All right, fishermen and women, make sure to keep those trophy pictures coming. All the information you need to be in a future episode of Big Old Fish and win a Norling Taxidermy fish meal is on our website, WJFW.com. And remember, anglers, fish on.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's President's Day weekend blowout is here. Get the guaranteed lowest prices and holiday discounts starting at 30% and up to 60% off furniture and mattress doorbusters. This weekend only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Eagle Floor Covering in Eagle River, locally owned and operated for over 2 decades. With over 40 years of combined quality sales and service experience, we can help you find the right floor for your lifestyle and budget.
Madison liberals are trying to take over the Wisconsin Supreme Court. That's why we need to elect conservative Justice Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly has a proven record of protecting our freedoms and cast the deciding vote to end the COVID lockdowns of our schools and businesses. Sheriffs across Wisconsin have endorsed Dan Kelly because he has a record of enforcing the law. On February 21st, vote conservative Justice Dan Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Fair Courts America paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hello, Michael Laundra here. Perhaps you've seen my show, Ireland with Michael, on public television. Well, we're bringing Ireland with Michael live to you. We've got world-class Irish dancers. I've got the very best of Irish musicians. Yours truly will sing you the songs of the Emerald Isle that will take you to Ireland in a heartbeat.
Friday, March 3rd at the Grand Theatre Wausau. Tickets at grandtheatre.org.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you.
So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Whether it's for work or play, you want a truck that'll get the job done right. We have them all. Half-ton trucks, Power Strokes, Cummins, Duramax, SUVs, over 800 to choose from. Know that all Lenz trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, can be purchased online, and can be delivered right to your door. It's our way of saying thanks to our past and future customers for the last 35 years. Go now to lenztruck.com.
Lenz Truck. Furniture and Appliance Mart's President's Day Weekend Blowout event is here, Saturday through Monday. Find doorbuster appliances at big discounts, like this Frigidaire built-in dishwasher, now just $549, or the Samana gas range, now just $499. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Dan, Conrad, and Jeff, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, the Northwoods Blizzard Blast is taking place on Saturday in Conover. There will be a dog sled dash, ice bowling, slap shot hockey, and giant ski races. The Blizzard Blast runs from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Conover Community Park. Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, and I think the weather will cooperate, right?
Yes, it will. 30s this weekend, but then we've been watching this all day. There's some signs of some really big changes next week, right, Conrad?
Yes, it definitely gets a little bit interesting by middle to end of next week. Taking a look outside right now, most of the country is pretty dry at the moment besides the East Coast, and things will be changing by Wednesday into Thursday. So get ready, folks. Get your boots laced up, as well as temperatures will definitely cool down in the meantime. Right now, not too bad, though. The weekend's going to be pretty nice, mid to upper 30s, and then colder air moves in by Monday. Look at next week, though. Even some teens are going to be returning, so enjoy it while it lasts.
People unlace their boots?
We're lacing up our boots, Conrad.
Lace it up. Get it ready.
Be very prepared. Thank you, Conrad and Jeff. That's all the time we have. We'll see you back here at 10.
Mr. Food Test Kitchen is brought to you by Golden Carrot Jewelers.